Armor Cannon. Introduced in Generation 9 Scarlet and Violet, Armor Cannon is the signature move of Armor Rouge. It has a base power of 120 with perfect accuracy at 100%. After using it, the user's defense and special defense skills lower by 1 stage each, making it a high-risk, high-reward attack. It's essentially a fiery cannon blast that sacrifices the user's heavy weight for immense power. Bitter Blade. This move was also introduced in Generation 9 and is exclusive to Ceruledge. Bitter Blade has a base power of 90 and is a physical move with 100% accuracy. What makes it special is its draining effect. Ceruledge restores 50% of the damage dealt as HP, making it both offensive and defensive in battle. Blast Burn. A fire-type powerful move introduced in Generation 3, Blast Burn is the fire counterpart to powerful water-type moves like Hydro Cannon. It's a high-risk, high-reward attack exclusive to fully evolved fire-type starter Pokémon. With a base power of 150 and 90% accuracy, it deals massive damage but forces the user to recharge and be vulnerable on the next turn. It's often the ultimate move taught to fire starters like Charizard, Blaziken, Typhlosion, Ember, Delphox, Incineroar, Cinderace, Skeledirge, and Infernape. The TM for this move is TM153 in Generation 9. Blaze Kick. Introduced in Generation 3 Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, Blaze Kick is a physical fire move with a base power of 85 and accuracy of 90%. It has a 10% chance to burn the target and is more likely to score a critical hit. Pokemon like Blaziken are known for using this stylish fiery kick to land hard-hitting blows, which means it's suitable for Pokemon that prefer physical attacks. Blaziken, Infernape, Hitmonlee, and Arcanine are some of the Pokemon which make use of this move. In Pokemon Go, Blaze Kick is also available as an elite charge TM. Blazing Torque. Introduced in Generation 9 Pokemon Legends Arceus, Blazing Torque is the signature move of Hisuian Typhlosion. It's a fire-type physical attack with a base power of 60 that has a chance to inflict burn. It showcases Revavroom's burning abilities by combining huge damage with significant chances to cause a burn, which can prevent opponents' moves and reduce their attack abilities by half. However, since this move is particular to a specific in-game character's Pokemon, players' Pokemon teams have no access to it. Blue Flare. A signature move of the legendary Pokemon Reshiram, Blue Flare was introduced in Generation 5. This special move has a staggering base power of 130 and 85% accuracy. It also has a 20% chance to burn the target. It combines immense power with an incredible chance to burn, which makes it one of the most destructive fire-type attacks. The dazzling blue flames make it one of the most visually striking fire-type moves. It can be used against huge Pokemon that need a strong move to destroy it. It is also very effective against the likes of Dragonite or Excadrill, and it reaches its full potential when paired with Pokemon that thrive under harsh sunlight like Groudon. Burn Up. Introduced in Generation 7, Burn Up is a unique fire move with a base power of 130. It is one of the strongest fire-type moves. What makes this move special is that the user loses its fire typing after using it, essentially becoming a type-neutral Pokemon. It's advised that it's used when the user intends to deliver a powerful one-time blow. It's mainly used by Pokemon like Arcanine through Level Up, or through TM like Rapidash, Flareon, Volcarona, and Typhlosion. Burning Bulwark. This move was introduced in Generation 9 and is the signature move of Gouging Fire. It's a defensive fire move that damages the opponent and boosts the user's defense. Its exact mechanics may vary slightly depending on the Pokemon. However, when used, it protects the user from all effects of physical and special moves targeting it during that turn. Also, if an opponent comes in direct contact while Burning Bulwark is in use, it will get burned unless immune. Burning Jealousy. Introduced in Generation 8, Burning Jealousy has a base power of 70 and 100% accuracy. Its unique effect is that it burns any opponent that gained a stat boost in the same turn. This move is both strategic and punishing, especially in doubles battles where stat boosting moves like Dragon Dance are common. Pokemon like Chandelure, Torkoal, and Weezing are the best users of this move. It is TM195 in Generation 9. Ember. This move was introduced in Generation 1, and Ember is often one of the first fire-type moves learned by Pokemon like Charmander, Cyndaquil, Torchic, Chimchar, Tepig, Fennekin, Litten, Scorbunny, Fuecoco, and Vulpix. It has a modest base power of 40, perfect accuracy, and a 10% chance to burn the target. It's simple, but it gets the job done in early game battles. Eruption. This move was introduced in Generation 3 and is one of the most powerful fire-type moves with a base power of 150. Its damage is relative to the user's current HP. The higher the HP, the stronger the attack. Pokemon like Typhlosion, Camerupt, Groudon, and Entei can learn this move by leveling up. Heatran gains the ability to use the move through events or TMs in specific games. All these Pokemon make great use of Eruption when they're at full health. This is because the power decreases as the user's HP drops. It is perfect for destroying opponents or dominating in double battles from the very beginning. Fiery Dance. Introduced in Generation 5, Fiery Dance is the signature move of Volcarona. With a base power of 80, this special move also has a 50% chance to raise the user's special attack by one stage, making it a versatile and elegant choice for destroying opponents. When combined with Quiver Dance, Volcarona might become undefeated. Fire Blast. Fire Blast has been around since Generation 1 and is a staple among fire-type moves. It has a base power of 110, an accuracy of 85%, and a 10% chance to burn the target. It is iconic, and it's a favorite for Pokemon like Charizard, Arcanine, and Magmar. The move is synonymous with high destructive force and is often the first choice for trainers who want a powerful special attack that would cause huge damage. In Generation 1 in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, and in Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, it is TM38. In Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, it is TM46. Then in Pokemon Sword and Shield, it is TR15. Fire Fang. This physical fire move was introduced in Generation 4, with a base power of 65, accuracy of 95%, and a 10% chance to burn or flinch the opponent. Fire Fang is an effective option for Pokemon like Arcanine and Houndoom that rely on physical attacks. It's particularly good for Pokemon that prefer close-range attacks because the move is basically a fiery bite, where the user bites its opponent with fangs covered in blazing flames. It's a move that combines offense with an opportunity for disruption. In Pokemon Sword and Shield, it is TM68, and in Generation 9, it is TM008. Fire Lash. Fire Lash was introduced in Generation 8, and is a physical move with a base power of 80 and 100% accuracy. Its unique feature is that it lowers the target's defense stat by one stage, making it a great move for setting up a sweep. Pokemon like Centiskorch use it to destroy their opponent. Fire Pledge. Introduced in Generation 5, Fire Pledge is a special fire-type move with a base power of 80 and perfect accuracy. It is one of the Pledge moves meant to be used in combination with Water Pledge or Grass Pledge in double battles. When combined, it creates special effects like increasing the chance of burns or setting the field ablaze. It is primarily used by fire-type starters like Charizard, Typhlosion, and Delphox, and it is TM144. Fire Punch. Fire Punch was introduced in Generation 1 as one of the basic punches. It's a physical move with a base power of 75, accuracy of 100%, and a 10% chance to burn the target. Pokemon like Inferno, Machamp, and Electivire often use this move for consistent damage with a chance of status. In Generation 2, it is TM48. In Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, it is TM31. Then in Generation 8, it is TM03. Fire Spin. One of the earliest fire moves, Fire Spin was introduced in Generation 1. While it only has a base power of 35 and 85% accuracy, its true power lies in its trapping effect. It prevents the opponent from switching out and deals residual damage over several turns. It's commonly used by Pokemon like Rapidash and Ninetales. It is TM024 in Generation 9. Flame Burst. Introduced in Generation 5, Flame Burst is a special move with a base power of 70 and perfect accuracy. What makes it unique is its secondary effect. It damages Pokemon close to the target in double or triple battles. Pokemon like Pansear and Litwick often use Flame Burst to chip away at several enemies at a time. Flame Charge. Flame Charge, introduced in Generation 5, is a physical fire move with a base power of 50 and perfect accuracy. Its standout feature is that it raises the user's speed by one stage after each use, making it a great option for slower Pokemon like Ember and Torkoal to pick up some pace in battle. In Generation 5, it is TM43, while in Generation 9, it is TM038. Flame Wheel. This classic fire move was introduced in Generation 2. Flame Wheel is a physical move with a base power of 60 and perfect accuracy. It also has a 10% chance to burn the target and can thaw the user if frozen. Pokemon like Quilava and Rapidash are well known for their use of this fiery spinning attack. Flamethrower. A major move since Generation 1, Flamethrower is a special fire move with a base power of 90 and perfect accuracy. It also has a 10% chance to burn the target. This is one of the most widely used and reliable fire moves used by Pokemon like Charizard, Arcanine, and Moltres. In Generation 3 and later, it is TM35. In Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, it is TM37. In Sword and Shield, it is TR02. And in Scarlet and Violet, it is TM125. Flare Blitz. Introduced in Generation 4, Flare Blitz is a high-risk, high-reward physical fire move. With a base power of 120 and 100% accuracy, it causes massive damage, but the user is also affected by an equal portion of the damage dealt. It also has a 10% chance to burn the target and can defrost the user if frozen. Pokemon like Infernape, Arcanine, and Blaziken are legendary users of this devastating move. In Sword and Shield, it's TR55, and in Generation 9, it is TM165. Fusion Flare. Fusion Flare, introduced in Generation 5, is the signature move of Reshiram. This special fire move has a base power of 100% accuracy, and becomes even more powerful when used after Fusion Bolt, the signature move of Zekrom. G-Max Centinferno. This move was introduced in Generation 8. This is the unique G-Max move of Centiskorch when it Gigantamaxes. G-Max Centinferno replaces any of its damaging fire-type moves and not only deals immediate damage, but traps the opposing Pokemon in a whirlwind of fire for 4 to 5 turns. This effect is similar to Fire Spin, but with much more power, making it an excellent option for disrupting opponents in battle. Centiskorch's massive flaming centipede form boosts the move's scaring feature. The move's residual damage and trapping effect make it a strategic choice, especially in double battles where it can prevent an opponent's ability to switch Pokemon. G-Max Fireball. G-Max Fireball was introduced in Generation 8 and is the signature G-Max move of Cinderace when it Gigantamaxes. G-Max Fireball replaces any of its damaging fire-type moves and boasts an impressive secondary effect. It ignores abilities. This means abilities like Flash Fire, which typically invalidate fire moves, are avoided. With its powerful base damage and ability sharing effect, G-Max Fireball becomes a game changer in battles where opponents rely on ability-based strategies. Cinderace kicks an enormous flaming soccer ball, delivering both style and substance. G-Max Wildfire. G-Max Wildfire was introduced in Generation 8 and is the signature G-Max move of Charizard when it Gigantamaxes. G-Max Wildfire deals damage while also setting the battlefield ablaze. This move adds a special effect. For 4 turns, it causes residual damage to all non-fire type Pokemon on the opposing team. This battlefield-wide damage makes it highly destructive in both singles and doubles battles, forcing opponents to think twice about using a weak Pokemon. Heat Crash. Heat Crash was introduced in Generation 5 and is a physical fire move that depends on the weight difference between the user and the target. The greater the weight difference, the more powerful the move, with its base power scaling up to 120 if the user is significantly heavier. Pokemon like Ember, Copperajah, the Roly-Poly line, Groudon, and Colossal that learn the move by level up are major users of Heat Crash due to their massive size and weight. This is TM189 in Generation 9. Heat Wave. Heat Wave was introduced in Generation 3 and is a special fire move with a base power of 95 and an accuracy of 90%. Its exceptional feature is its ability to hit both opponents in double battles, making it a staple in competitive play. It also has a 10% chance to burn each target. Pokemon like Charizard, Heatran, and Moltres commonly use Heat Wave for its reliable spread damage. It is TM118 in Generation 9. Incinerate. Incinerate was introduced in Generation 5 and is a special fire move with a base power of 60 and perfect accuracy. While its power is modest, it has a unique effect. It destroys any berries held by the target, preventing them from being consumed. This makes it a strategic move in battles where opponents rely on berries to recover HP or remove status effects. Pokemon like Chandelure, Flareon, and Rapidash often use Incinerate in battles where item disruption is crucial. Though it's not a high damage move, its ability to destroy berry strategies makes it an important tool. It is TM59. Inferno. Inferno was introduced in Generation 5 and is a special fire move with a base power of 100 but low accuracy at 50%. However, its effect makes it worth the risk because it guarantees a burn if it hits the target. This makes Inferno a high-risk, high-reward move, especially for Pokemon that need to cripple physical attackers by having their attack stability with a burn. Pokemon like Chandelure and Magmortar are common users of Inferno, using its guaranteed burn to swing battles in their favor. While risky, it can be devastating when paired with moves or abilities that increase accuracy. Inferno Overdrive. Inferno Overdrive was introduced in Generation 7 and is the Fire-type Z move introduced with the Z move mechanic in Pokémon Sun and Moon. Its power depends on the base power of the Fire-type move used to activate it, but it can hit incredibly hard, often exceeding 150 base power. This move is a display of fiery destruction, with the Pokémon summoning an overwhelming burst of flame that engulfs the battlefield. It's a one-time all-or-nothing move, but it's perfect for delivering a decisive blow in critical moments. Fire Pokémon like Incinerate and Arcanine can use Inferno Overdrive to turn the tide of battle. Lava Plume. Lava Plume was introduced in Generation 4 and is a special fire move with a base power of 80 and perfect accuracy. Its defining feature is its 30% chance to burn all Pokémon on the field, including allies. This makes it a strategic choice for double battles, especially when paired with Pokémon that have abilities like Flash Fire, which benefit from Fire-type moves. Pokémon like Heatran and Camerupt often use Lava Plume for its mix of damage and status-spreading potential. The animation features a burst of molten lava flooding the battlefield, perfectly capturing its volcanic theme. Magma Storm. Magma Storm was introduced in Generation 4 and is the signature move of Heatran, a legendary Pokémon. This special fire move has a base power of 100 and an accuracy of 75%, making it a slightly unreliable but highly potent attack. Its unique effect is that it traps the target in a swirling vortex of magma, dealing residual damage for 4 to 5 turns. This trapping effect can disrupt opponents' strategies by preventing them from switching out, while the residual damage chips away at their HP. Max Flare. Max Flare was introduced in Generation 8 and is the Fire-type Max move used in Dynamax battles. Any Fire-type move turns into Max Flare when a Pokémon Dynamaxes, and its base power depends on the original move. Max Flare doesn't just deal damage, it also sets up Harsh Sunlight for 5 turns, boosting the power of Fire-type moves and weakening Water-type moves. This ability makes it a strategic tool in both singles and doubles battles. Pokémon like Charizard and Torkoal take full advantage of the sunlight to dominate the battlefield. The massive explosion of flames in its animation truly captures the overwhelming power of Dynamax Pokémon. Mind Blown. This move was introduced in Generation 8 and is the signature move of Blacephalon, the Fire Ghost Ultra Beast. Mind Blown is a special fire move with an immense base power of 150, but it comes at a cost. The user takes 50% of its max HP as recoil damage. It's a high-risk, high-reward move meant for all-out offense, especially against opponents weak to fire. Because of its recoil, it requires careful planning, but its sheer power can turn the tide of battle in an instant. Mystical Fire. Mystical Fire was introduced in Generation 6 and is a special fire move with a base power of 75 and perfect accuracy. Its unique feature is that it lowers the target's special attack by 1 stage, making it both offensive and defensive. Pokémon like Delphox and Hatterene use this move to reduce the effectiveness of special attackers while causing consistent damage. In battles where control over the opponent's stats is crucial, Mystical Fire shines. The animation features a swirling blaze that feels both elegant and destructive, perfectly suited for its mysterious theme. This is TM92. Overheat. Overheat was introduced in Generation 3 and is a special fire move with a staggering base power of 130 and perfect accuracy. However, this comes with a disadvantage. It sharply lowers the user's special attack by 2 stages after use. This makes Overheat ideal for a single devastating hit, often followed by switching out the Pokémon. It's commonly used by fire types like Blaziken, Torkoal, and Heatran, especially in situations where the user needs to break through a bulky opponent. In Generation 3, it is TM50, while in 9, it is TM157. Pyro Ball. Pyro Ball was introduced in Generation 8 and is the signature move of Cinderace, the Galar Firestarter. This physical fire move has a base power of 120 and an accuracy of 90%, making it a strong and reliable attack. It also has a 10% chance to burn the target, adding to its usefulness. The move's animation features Cinderace kicking a flaming soccer ball with style, making it one of the most visually striking fire moves. Pyro Ball reflects Cinderace's athletic personality and is an important part of its offensive strategy. Raging Fury. Raging Fury was introduced in Pokémon Legends Arceus and is a fire-type move with a base power of 90. Its special feature is that it causes the user to enter a berserk state, locking it into continuous use of the move until the user is incapacitated or the battle ends. The animation showcases a wild, fiery rampage that perfectly matches its name. Pokemon like Arcanine use Raging Fury as a high-risk, high-reward option, dealing out consistent damage at the cost of control over their actions. Sacred Fire. Introduced in Generation 2, Sacred Fire is the signature fire attack of Ho-Oh, the legendary Pokemon of the Johto region. Sacred Fire is a physical fire move with a base power of 100, perfect accuracy, and a 50% chance to burn the target. Its burn chance is one of the highest in the game, making it incredibly reliable for crippling physical attackers. The animation features a divine burst of flames, reflecting Ho-Oh's status as a mythical protector. Sacred Fire is one of the most iconic fire-type moves, blending power and status utility. Searing Shot. Searing Shot was introduced in Generation 5 and is the signature move of Victini, the mythical Pokemon of Unova. This special fire move has a base power of 100 and perfect accuracy. It also has a 30% chance to burn all nearby Pokemon, making it a great option for doubles battles. Searing Shot is a strong choice for spreading damage and status effects across the battlefield. Shell Trap. Shell Trap was introduced in Generation 8 and is the signature move of Turtonator. It's a special fire move with a base power of 150, but it has a unique condition. The move only activates if the user is hit by a physical attack in the same turn. When activated, Shell Trap causes massive damage to all nearby opponents. This makes it a highly strategic move, rewarding good prediction and timing. Its power is perfectly captured in the animation, which shows Turtonator creating a fiery explosion from its spiked shell. Sizzly Slide. Sizzly Slide was introduced in Generation 1 games Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. Sizzly Slide is a special fire move used only by Eevee in the Let's Go games. It has a base power of 60, perfect accuracy, and always inflicts a burn on the target. This guarantees the reduction of the target's attack ability and residual damage each turn by half, which makes it a strategic option for destroying opponents. While not particularly strong, its guaranteed burn makes it incredibly useful for stalling or weakening physical attackers. Sunny Day. The Sunny Day move was introduced in Generation 2 as a non-damaging fire move that sets up harsh sunlight for 5 turns. During sunlight, fire-type moves are boosted, water-type moves are weakened, and certain abilities and moves, like Solar Beam, gain additional effects. Sunny Day is essential in sun-based strategies, often paired with Pokemon like Torkoal, Charizard, and Groudon. In the animation, it is showcased as a burst of sunlight, brightening the battlefield, symbolizing its role in empowering fire types and their allies. Its versatility makes it a major move in both casual and competitive play. The TM for Sunny Day in Pokemon is TM11, except in Pokemon Sword and Shield, where it's TM34, and in Generation 9, where it's TM049. Temper Flare. Temper Flare was in Generation 9 Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. It is a special fire-type move with an effect tied to its user's emotions. It is often linked to blazing or passionate Pokemon, which increases the user's offensive power after use. While specific details about how it works depend on the Pokemon using it, it's designed to enhance both damage output and battle power. This move is particularly suitable for Pokemon with abilities or movesets that perform better under increased power states. Pokemon that can learn this move through TM207 include Charmander, Growlithe, Magmar, Tauros, Gyarados, Flareon, Moltres, Mew, Magby, Blaziken, and several others. Torch Song. Torch Song was introduced in Generation 9 as the signature move of Skeledirge, the final evolution of Fuecoco, the fire starter of the Paldea region. This special fire move has a base power of 80 and perfect accuracy, making it a reliable attack. Its unique effect is that it raises the user's special attack by 1 stage after use, allowing Skeledirge to become even stronger with each attack. This combination of offense and self-boosting makes Torch Song an incredible option for sweeping through teams while maintaining Skeledirge's imposing presence. V-Create. V-Create was introduced in Generation 5 and is the signature move of Victini, the mythical Pokemon of Victory. This physical fire move has a base power of 108, which indicates that it is one of the strongest fire-type attacks in the game. It also has near-perfect accuracy at 95%. Unfortunately, its great power comes at a cost. After use, the user's defense, special defense, and speed skills are all lowered by 1 stage. This makes V-Create a high-risk, high-reward move best used to secure a knockout or in situations where Victini can safely switch out afterward. Will-O-Wisp. The Will-O-Wisp move was introduced in Generation 3 and is a non-damaging fire move with an accuracy of 85%. Its main purpose is to inflict a burn on the target, which cuts their attack ability in half and deals extra damage each turn. It is one of the most efficient status moves in the game, especially effective against physical attackers. Pokémon like Chandelure, Rotom Heat, and Gengar often use Will-O-Wisp to mutilate opponents and gain a calculated advantage. Will-O-Wisp is commonly used in both competitive and casual battles, especially against physical threats. It is TM61 in Generation 4, TM11 in Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, TM38 in Sword and Shield, and TM107 in Generation 9. So which of these do you think is the most powerful, and which ones do you use on your Fire-type Pokemon? Kindly let us know in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so we can see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.